And yeah, basically, as you'll see, we come out right at the merman room, but of course we're just going to go right back into the caverns. And let's go to the left here, and we'll meet up with the ferryman or the boatman. And sometimes it's good to actually stick with him while you're in this first section here, just because obviously you're gonna be really susceptible to damage to water. But what I'm doing here, just to kind of speed things up a little bit, I'll just do the wing smash because obviously it has more than enough range to actually get me through. Now that relic I just bought, actually summons him to those locations there. So what I'll do now is just kind of go right back over to where I'd returned from. There's not a whole lot more that I can do at this area at the moment, so we'll come back here. So go right back up here. Again, kind of notice how the gravity boots just make it a lot more convenient to cover vertical ground. Let's just go back to the right here. We'll of course just save real quick. Not that I really expect a whole lot to happen, that's terribly dangerous, but it's always good to just kind of save your progress, restore your magic points. So from here we'll just drop down. And this time we'll actually go down here where we'd opened up that spot before. Now here, the ferryman is now actually waiting. Before, if I would have come down here, he simply wouldn't have been there. That's why we need that one relic to summon him. And the real downside, though, is, aside from those two spots where I just use that relic is essentially useless. So it's a bit disappointing, but nonetheless, it's something you do need to progress, sadly. But what we'll do is just kind of catch back up to him, actually just pass him right on by, and we'll actually need to kind of stop right up here and wait for him to arrive, because he needs to open up this gate. And now we can continue on. And there we go. We have the holy symbol, which is obviously going to let us go underwater. It kind of looks like a snorkel as a joke, but it's more so something that will just protect Alucard from the damage that he would usually take when exposed to water. Because he being a half vampire, basically, obviously he's going to be weak to any form of water. It's not just holy water, so it's obviously important to have that. Although sometimes as a workaround, if I don't really feel like backtracking, there's actually a an exploit you can do where you can basically make it so that you have like a ton of jewels to sell, and that'll make it a lot easier to actually unlock, well, actually purchase certain items from the shop quicker. And one of them's a duplicator, and usually what I'll just do is, as I'm walking around down on the water, again assuming that I've already got the duplicator and don't really feel like backtracking down here, I'll usually just throw like turkeys or something in front of me continuously just to restore health as I go. So yeah, a lot of different ways you can do stuff. It's a game that really lends itself well to different gameplay styles. So now we'll go down here. And the enemies down here, they can be a tad irritating, more so because of, well, that really. They're just, you suffer from a lot of knockback whenever they hit you, so it can be really difficult at times to get around. And yeah, you might notice how compared to other versions of the game, this one tends to look kind of like, I don't know, a little murky and whatnot down here. The reason the water doesn't look quite as good in this section, and why Alucard really, he just looks really lifeless under there and whatnot, is more so because of the dither transparency. It is a bit of a shame that the true transparency couldn't be kept in here, but again, it's just merely limitations of the Saturn with regard to how it handles the engine. Just go over to the left here. And this way, what we'll be able to do is, we'll basically just fill in the rest of the map over here. In fact, yeah, you'll see down and to the left there are some areas where we're missing a little bit of space there, so we'll just go down there now and fill those in since we have the holy symbol. And then after that we'll probably go right back down to one of the other areas we still have to cover. And there's really no point sticking with him. We can actually cover ground a little bit faster if we just kind of go it on our own. Especially since, there'll be some other areas to actually kind of cover, that we wouldn't have been able to, safely travel to before. Not that we couldn't make it, it's just, it's just more a matter of, it being less of a risk now. There's a killer fish. It's always been one of my, least favorite enemies. I mean, they just, they really don't seem to, fit in with everything else. They're just kind of, like, bland and, yeah, don't really have a lot of personality. There are just a lot of cool enemies in here, whether, it's more for like comical effect or whatever, and then you got like, enemies like that it's just like really uninteresting. Like you have those fish heads in here that are, kind of a knockoff of the bone pillars that have been in, most Castlevania games up to this point. I mean, just little stuff like that, and they kind of just, sort of poke fun at it.